Everyone, welcome to the I didn't sleep very well and my caffeine and ADHD pills haven't kicked in yet, so hooray edition of my stream. Today I'm going to be doing some assorted stuff. I don't know, my GitHub notifications are shockingly empty, so I'll probably end up working on my personal site and then, I don't know, seeing what happens. Whoop. That I'm gonna have to cut out of the recording. All right. Let's see. I got Beast Guy. I got. What do I have here? What else is there? Mastodon. Yeah. Here we go. Profile. Boop. Welcome, welcome. Ooh, I have another Beast Guy invite. That's nice. Probably going to set up an account for typescript-eslint now that V6 is released. All right. See people are joining in. Well, let's, you know what, hi to you. Hello. Welcome. How are you doing? I think I'm going to start off with my personal site. I haven't announced it yet, but I finally put the built files from the new Astro Solid TypeScript site that I've been working on onto my joshuakgoldberg.com, which I'm really excited about. I have had an old personal site for the longest time that worked. It had like a few little nice page animations and stuff, but as I got more projects and speaking gigs listed under it, it was kind of, I don't know, it didn't really scale well. Like, it was hard to show these all, and also it wasn't actually implemented in like Solid or Astro or anything, so it was kind of annoying to hand edit the HTML. So now I've got this nice new site. It's actually open source. Got the link in the footer there. I haven't set up automatic publishing to my domain, so the Vercel preview deploy is a little ahead. Fighting against Next. Don't suppose you're on the app directory, are you? I know that's been a whole thing for a lot of people. So yeah, I think the only thing that's actually blocking me from posting this out is that I haven't added nice like social preview shenanigans like descriptions or whatnot. So the link cards and social media is not great. So I think what I'm gonna do is file an issue on myself just for tracking, and just start working on that. I'm gonna call this a bug because it's a regression bug. Pages don't have. It's a feature. Nah, bug. The feature template's a little nicer, or pardon me, a little smaller, nicer to fill out. Feature add page metadata for previews. Close the Beast Guy tab. I like how Beast Guy has the little option to manually create a link card so that you can show it. Here we go. Screenshot of Beast Guy app post with a link card of joshuakgoldberg.com. The link has no description or image. I want to fill out image, description, and a custom title on pages for social previews. Chrissy, how's it going? Sign me. Status accepting PRs. Can't believe I haven't filled out the labels on this repo yet. Type feature. I think I already have a label. Well, I haven't set up like the normal labels that I use in other repos on my personal site yet. So, okay, first issue. Bleach the anime. Just gonna pin that issue for 20 minutes. And post on the social. Oh, cool. Never been a big anime guy myself. My spouse loves anime. Alright, first up, adding page metadata for previews to my new personal site. Oh, I'm moving. Good for them. I hope it goes well and is not a disappointment like the Halo show and the Witcher show. Those two things really hurt me. To publish it out soon. Okie dokie. Oh, my pleasure. What was it? GitHub, isn't plugin unicorn. Yeah, so to recap. Yeah, so for typescript-eslint v6, we made some breaking changes to the API, and one of them broke ESLint plugin unicorn, one of its rules. And I suggested how to fix it. I haven't seen anything yet. It's only been a couple days. I know Sindra is very busy, so. And also like works with a new ecosystem now. I don't mind Henry not being Superman, although I really liked him as Superman. I thought the scripts never were great for him. They all kind of went downhill after the first one. I like to think that Henry walked because the showrunners were doing an absolutely atrocious job of respecting the characters. I don't mind when a show changes characters from source material the way like the Witcher show did and the Halo show did, but the new result has to be good. Like, ignoring the source material, is this a good or bad show? And objectively, the Halo show was awful and the Witcher show was okay to good, depending on the episode, declining over time, in my opinion. My unprofessional, I'm not actually a knowledgeable person opinion. So that's just me. Anyway, let's go to the personal site. Alright, so here's how my personal site is set up. Each page uses this base layout component in Astro, which sets up HTML, meta, link, and so on. And then it has a slot for contents, because that's a whole thing for Astro. Then in the contents for each page, I typically put a hero component and body contents. Hero is the thing that has the two halves, the image first and then an H1 followed by the actual content of the hero. So like in the index page, it's Josh Dark and Josh Light. Hi, I'm Josh. And then content here. Seabed 2, Chrissy, I agree with I agree with your statements on things. Yeah, so it's pretty standard. The thing is, though, base layout takes in title, and I wanted to also include social metadata. And you know what? I can never remember what the stuff is you need to put in for metadata for link previews. Meta tags for SEO. What am I looking up? I hate how all the SEO things are, like, searches you might think to do are just completely filled above the fold with, like, samrush.com. Like, I want the actual resources from Google, not these other resources. I'm trying to be polite here. Okay. Okay, so I know I want description, that's for sure. So description, strength, let's make that required. Meta name equals description. Let's make these, I like putting things in order. Out of curiosity, any specific reason why my blog opens a new tab? Yeah, I don't want it to. My original designs had it in the site, but the blog is actually a different repo than the old personal site. It's very difficult to work with. Well, not difficult. Very annoying to work with Gatsby site. So my plan is to revamp my personal site, get this working, and then onboard the blog next, like a V2, V1.1, whatever you call it. But yeah, I don't like it. I would like the blog to actually be on the site. Thanks for trying out the blog, by the way, appreciate it. Description. So boop boop. Description. What else do I want? Some images. What are the image? SEO. Twitter link. Oh no, OG Meta. Oh, you know what? I actually have my blog. I can just look at my blog for what I do. So let's see. Meta. What do I put in? All right. So here's what I put in my blog. Description, keywords. Content is an array. So I think it's just keywords dot join. Because fun fact, in JavaScript, when you join an array dot join, the default is just comma space. So that works. But yeah, let me go to my site. What are the actual keywords I use here? Josh Goldberg, JavaScript, React, TypeScript. That's reasonable. React, TypeScript, web, accessibility, performance. I think this is fine for now. Oh, I'll put developer and open source. Yeah. All right, so that's keywords. What's next? Oh, OG description. Oh, okay, OG title, OG description, OG type. Now I'm seeing why I did a loop in my blog to populate these. It's kind of getting tedious. Yeah. Let's see here. Const. What do I call these? Metas. The Praying Buddha, first time. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining. How you doing? What am I going to call these? Meta pairs. And let's do meta pairs.map. Let's see. Let's call it you know, I'll just copy and paste what I did before. This is fine. Plus Yanni. First time chat. I apologize. I'm good. I'm getting annoyed that I still haven't set up Prettier to work on my Astro files, and now that I've started this, I don't want to. You know, yeah, I'm gonna do that now actually. But yeah, I'm working on the personal site, adding metadata, add all, get stash, Prettier RC. I just need to add in Astro Prettier. Because I think the template set it up, but then I somehow managed to get rid of it. I overwrote it with my own stuff and forgot to add Prettier formatting back in, so parser Astro. Here we go. Is Astro compatible with Prettier 3? I truly have no idea. I'm sure they're working on it if it's important. And it is, so yes, I'm sure they're working on it if it's not already there. Yeah, I haven't updated to Prettier 3, I just haven't gotten around to it. Is there any reason why I would want to? Like, I haven't read the blog post. Format. Ooh, clear. Great. Right. So, oh, good. Yep. Get add all. Bill. Sure. Format Astro files with Prettier. Git stash pop. And now base layouts. I got back. Cool. That ain't that easy. All right. What am I doing? I'm taking in the meta pairs. I'm going to populate them here. Content, description. Oh, yay! Astro's v3 compatible. isn't my thing formatting? What? Is not assignable? Oh, I was using. Wait a second. What? What? Meta pairs is. Oh, it's got any's. So, description. Twitter creator, that's Joshua K. Goldberg, I want to say. What's site metadata author? Is it with an at? Twitter, oh, I guess that's Josh Goldberg is the Twitter creator. Let's look at this. Twitter creator. What I'm going to do, I'm going to format here, then come on. Wait, a plugin can only support v2 or v3? Oh, that's unfortunate. Why is this not formatting? Because there's an error? Okay, that's nice. Here we go. Twitter creator is Josh Goldberg, and then Twitter's site is at Josh Goldberg. Got it. Okay. That makes that easier. Content preview image. So I have to do on that one. To do. And then keywords. And it's still complaining because property is, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to as const this. See if that works. Nope. Oh, TypeScript, you so silly. Let's get you over here. Still no. Alright, so content is a string array. Why is this allowed here? Oh, because in the original thing it's JavaScript, not TypeScript. Alright, so what is TypeScript complaining about? Content equals data.name. Diana! So glad you could join. How's it going? Thanks for hopping on. First time chat. Woo. Content equals. What am I actually supposed to do? I'm just filling out the SEO for my new personal site. Very exciting. It was data.content. String or string array or undefined. When is content undefined? Title. Title needs to be defaulted to this thing. Title raw, const title equals, if there is a title, JG thing title, otherwise just Josh Goldberg. Yay! Alright. Now content might be string or string array. So what is a string array? Description, title, keywords.join. There we go. Hooray! Y is prettier. Now, oh, I think I have to reload window to get the plugin to recognize I changed the config. Please work? No? Oh well. Annual formatting for now it is. And I don't need a key. Okay. This is fine, whatever. That is pretty, that code. Alright, let's npm dev it. Look at that. I'm honestly really proud of and enthused about and excited about and to launch this site. It's so much better than my old site. Really, really pleased here. Alright, let's look at that meta. Keywords, content website. Oh jeez, let's line wrap. There it is. Yeah, this looks good to me. Import with equals right. I still don't remember what these do ever. There's no I'm supposed to. Got my favicons. Did you know you can have different favicon on a site based on your CSS media queries? like whatever the browser supports, including prefers color scheme, prefers reduced motion, and so on. Like you could have an animated icon only be used, or like a series like JavaScript changing your favicon only if prefers color scheme and prefer reduced motion and so on. Aren't there? Cool stuff. Anyway, so this is fine. Now I just have to do the preview image. So let's uncomment and get, let's call this image. I don't like preview image, it's too verbose. And image is a string. Image, can I npm format -- write this file? Does it work? Yeah, it works. Ah, you had to update the format of your VS Code config for raster. Good to know, thanks. Yeah, I'll look into it after this. I'm too excited and impatient right now. Let's see here. I wanted to do description and image. So in theory, what I could do is I could move the hero into the base layout. That would, projects.astro, speaking.astro. That would help with code deduplication because basically always the title for base layout is the same as what I'm putting for the primary and the hero, if one exists. Ooh. Super, thank you. Appreciate it. Hi to you. What a fun username, by the way. Yeah, I'll put that in the queue. Awesome, thank you. Yeah, but for now I'm just gonna keep them separate. Gotta keep them separated. What do I even have for the description? Yeah, I'm just gonna use the exact same description. So yeah, I'll put a to-do here. To-do merge usage of hero into this component instead of individual pages. So that'll be fun. Description equals that, image equals, what did I put for the image? Oh, I got a text hero. Aha. Images Josh light.webp. Yeah, let's just do that. So it's always the light image. Why not? Description, image title, projects, like primarily on open source tooling for TypeScript projects. Let's move you up. And projects speaking light. I could automate this a bit more, and that's the to-do. Okay. What is the tool? I always forget the tool that lets you expose your site or stuff temporarily. I'm definitely more important than whatever meeting you're going to. Just kidding. I appreciate you being here. What is it? It's not ngrok, is it? Ah, it is ngrok. Thank you. Yes. They made it more complicated if I remember right. I know you have to like sign in now. Ngrok HTTP 1234 3000. Is it on NPX now? Where's the login button? Will sign up let me log in? I know a beta released as the stable. Okay. I don't want to try the Kubernetes ingress controller. Get the heck out of here. Session status. I like that they make it expire. That's good. Alright. Open. I definitely trust this. God damn it, ngrok. Fucking. You're shitting me. This used to be so good. Remember when ngrok was good and this I hate when good products get ruined by trying to make money. Like, I don't resent people trying to make money. You should be able to get paid for creating goods and services. That's how things work. But my God, when you reduce quality of your core product. Hi, Abdullah. Abdullahi. Oh, is that? Shouldn't they hide this by default? Well, please don't hack me. 12 viewers on stream. I'll change this token. Yeah. This is stupid. This is really stupid. I hate this. I hate this so much. Okay, just in protest, thank you for Glide Foot Tunnel. Was that it? I'll add that to the queue for after the stream. Hack. All right. Well, just pardon me as I change my token. Yeah, whatever. I'll change it after this little bit of work. All right, so we got this going on Blue Sky. I'm gonna add link card. There's no preview image. Preview? Image? What was it? Image / images. Oh, I forgot to put the name. That's not correct. Alright, let's get rid of you. Alright, where was it? Content name equals name. I'm just gonna content name. That's really funny. Can I just meta? Does that work? Yeah. All right. Try equals 2. Come on. Link card. Come on, load that image. Let's actually view source. All right. Web P. Meta content. Name equals thumbnail. I don't know why it's got a class, but let's see here. How to preview with Glide for Donald. Thank you. I'm gonna put that in the queue. Hey, barely knowing some Python is the first step to knowing Python. So good. Also, thanks for the follow, Dan. All right, this is great. Look at this. Blue Sky. And what happens if I try in Elk, my preferred Mastodon client? Can I preview? Testing. Direct. See what happens. Nothing. Delete and redraft. What a great feature. Excuse me. Woo. I'm just. Alright, well, I don't know why this isn't working. Because the images are there. Let's look at the blog. See what my blog does. Whee! It's, what is it? What was I looking at? Thumbnail. Okay, so it does have the base path there. So that's probably what's wrong, that it doesn't support relative. I feel like I remember this being a thing. Where do I put for SEO? Preview image is, yeah, it puts the site URL first, or it gets the 404 again. Okay, that makes sense. So Astro, is there like an Astro meta? Tags guide. Astro get base path. Anyone in the chat? Hashtag people who may have not. Astro.site? Oh, Astro.site, thank you. Shout out hi to you. Am I saying that right? Hi to you? Hi to you? Forgot .site was a domain name. Alright. Description, image, raw, const image equals image raw, astro.site. Here we go. Hi to you. Okay. This should say whether there's a trailing slash, I feel. Yeah? Where did site go? Dang it. Oh, there it is. URL object built from the site config option. Does this say? Okay, so no trailing slash. Boop. Now if we refresh, undefined. Oh, and the images had a previous slash in there, so that's nice. Astro.site, which is string or undefined. Astro.site undefined. Oh, you know what? I'm just gonna use HPS Josh Astro dots. I'll default it to my site. Astro.config. Yeah, so I don't have a site. Problem is I don't have one in dev. It's the production URL. Okay. So wait, should I just put like sites? Oh, your final deployed URL. Okay, thanks. Yep, y'all making sense. Ugh, love streaming. I actually have come to really enjoy helpful audience participation. So thank you for that. Really appreciate it. Okay, so we got 2 slashes still. What am I doing? We can projects index, so there's a preview there. For now, I think I'll be fine. So site adds a trailing slash. This is annoying. Just testing. Yep, it does update. All right. Well, next project Astro. I guess I can just not have the. If I were a good open source citizen, I would, like file an issue or start a discussion. But I don't have time for this. I have so much on my backlog. All right, this is fine. Yay! All right. Actually, let me just make sure that URL actually exists, just in case. Yep, there we go. All right, bsky. Try equals 3. New post. Come on. Come on. All right, bsky doesn't load it. So, direct. Come on. Come on. Ah! I guess they expect you to use new URL with the that actually makes sense. Thank you. Yep, that's good. New URL. Look at Astro forcing me / encouraging me gently to use web standards that are more safe than the code I was hackily throwing together. +1 to you. Both you, hi to you, and Abdullahi, and +1 to Astro. All right. I hate this. I hate not having a local debugger. If anyone knows a good one. Okay. So, try equals 3. View source, thumbnail, images. Is WebP not supported as a P supported for meta thumbnail? So that's nice. Back to the pages. So I'm just gonna go with speaking.png and such. Ugh, stupid. This is stupid. Standards should support the new image types. Ugh. Alright. Where are my images? Components. I'm gonna have to convert P to PNG. Shout out Cloud Converts. Alright. Josh JoshuaKGoldberg.com next. What the? Why did I switch to this view? No group. List. No. Column. I really dislike the Mac Finder. It's, to me, not as functional, useful as the old Windows one. Josh, project speaking. Yep. Convert. Now, so those are just used in the page, so I'm happy with those. Download. But it's just always. It's just the metadata, the SEO stuff that I need to. Where did it go? Here we go. Projects. Speaking. All right. So this is embarrassing, but I use an old FTP connection, which you are not going to see on stream. My God, that I know not to put on the internet. So, I'm not even going to show you the URL for that. So I'm just going to go ahead and do some stuff in the background. In the meantime, crowd work. How y'all doing? What's the deal with bees? Anyone do anything fun recently? Oh, you know what? I'm going to put an ad break. Ad break. Be right back. I realize some of you might be seeing me regardless of the ad. Well, we got 10 seconds left anyway. I still am not sure. How does ad break actually work on Twitch? And I get like 5 cents per ad, I think, or some like really low number, so I don't know. You only got one? Ooh, opengraph.xyz. What is it? Yes! Thank you. Oh, so good. Oh, yes. Testimonial? What? I'm missing it. Ooh, look at this. This is great. Thank you. So smart. Why? Still no image, though. Why is there no image? Image, base layout. Right. So I sneakily uploaded josh.png and such behind the scenes. So now if we go to the thumbnail, we get that. So maybe they have good resources. Nope. I OG image thumbnail. Did I forget to put OG image? Oh. Where's my... Also, it annoys me that I didn't sort these alphabetically by... I don't know. Oh. Oh, no, I did. I did put in property. Okay. Yeah, let's put... I don't even know what to sort these by. Whatever. OG image? OG image. OG image. Here we go. Property is OG image. Content equals property OG image. Is this gonna work now? Yay! Look at that! Ugh, I need to fix the Photoshop. There's like this weird outer glow from how I did the masking. Oh, look at you, Discord, with your fancy schmancy. Doesn't screw up my image resolution. Yeah, I wonder if I'm probably gonna want to like get a like fix up this image to be like smaller with a shadow and more transparency around it or something. I don't know, but in the meantime, this is great. Thank you. I really really appreciate it. What is testimonial? Is this an ad? Copy. Okay, so oh, this is just all the things I might want. That's nice. So OG URL. Do you need OG URL? I guess I'll put it there. What was it? Astro.url. Dev, how's it going? Thanks for coming on. I'm happy to see you. I'm touching up my personal site, which actually, I'm gonna just. Today's National French Fry Day. Did you know that it's not actually directly related to France? It's that the type of cutting is like they are Frenched fries. Fun fact. Yeah. Right, so I'm gonna OG URL. It was, I believe, astro.url, you said? URL. Yep. Content. Astro.url. Test URL. Come. What's OG URL? There we go. Nice. And if we do /projects, do we still get OG URL? We do. Yay. Belgium. By the way, Belgium has an excellent French fry game. Highly recommend visiting that country for that and many other, great reasons. But highly recommend. Ooh, I don't like how the. Oh, there we go. I don't like how there's a scroll bar there. I'm gonna fix that if I remember. But okay, I'm happy with this. Thank you, by the way, for pointing me to this. Hi to you, OpenGraph.xyz. I've been stumbling in the dark for the longest time. So okay, I've got OG URL, OG type, OG title for OpenGraph, OG description, image, great. Twitter, card, domain. What's domain? All right. Yeah, love a good serving size. There we go. Ugh. All right. Ooh, look at that responsiveness. Okay. Boop, boop, boop. And I want. What's sites? All right. Astro get domain. Anyone know quickly how to get the domain? First time viewer and first time chatter. Hi, Birdman TFG. Curious what that stands for. Thanks for joining. Appreciate it. All right. Astro.site, I think it was. I can just use astro.site, right? For Twitter domain. Astro.site. Got domain. Even have creator. Look at that. They don't have creator in this list. I'm going above and beyond. Oh, is there drama here? Who's Young Money? What's going on? As long as it doesn't involve people ruining their personal and professional lives. Love to see drama. Okay, so Twitter title is here. Yay, everyone's happy. Twitter description. I got Twitter image. Yep, image. Okay, good. I'm nothing else recommended here. I'm happy. Life is good. Oh, good. Glad we're all in a jovial mood. Awesome. So this is good. I'm gonna stop ngrok. I'm gonna behind the scenes reset my auth token. Because y'all saw it. Haha, that token is no longer valid. Sorry, hackers. PM builds behind the scenes because I'm still doing manual uploads like a silly boy. I'm gonna upload a new version of the site. Let's see, where is it? Public. What? Pardon me. Just get to this. Whee. overwrite. Doo-doo-doo. Oh, you're talking about Birdman the rapper. Oh my god, that took me. Sorry. All right. Joshua K. Go. Let's see. Should be about done. Done uploading. So if we get Twitter image, there we go. Should work. Now, if we go to opengraph.xyz, shove that in there. Yay! Okay. So now, if I go to BSky, let's hope that the link card thing works for prod website. Come on, BSky. Oh, I hate that. I hate how they do this with the image. That's so gross. It's my stupid freaking face zoomed in. Well, I'm not gonna post my new site on. I hate. Well, I'll use Photoshop on my Photoshop's on my laptop. I don't have it on my desktop, so could check out B add a little slasher. What I'll do is I'll just send a PR now. Feet add SEO metadata. Make sure that like builds and such. Actually, I don't even think I have build set up on this repo. But I like having PRs for tracking purposes, just to have things. Adds SEO metadata. Thank you. I am very pretty. The problem is, although I am pretty, I am low resolution, so I don't particularly want this pixelation to be the experience people get when they see me. Yeah, having LASIK and then taking care of your body really goes a long way towards helping your self-image. Hashtag men can be pretty too. Hashtag everyone's beautiful. Hashtag beauty is a societal construct. And oh no, look at this. These are older versions of those images. Whoops. Oh well, this is fine. I'll do it later. Yeah, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get like I don't know, higher res versions of these with the I changed my color theme from like teal, blue, green to just blue, dark blue, and then I'll futz around with them. Courtesy of open. What was this site? Oh my god, what was this site? Brrr. Open graph. There we go. Using gravity. Courtesy of... Yo, David Bowie and Prince were two of the prettiest people ever. My TikTok, by the way, has been spammed with people making bots that just post a whole bunch of AI mix-ups, like, whatever, David Bowie singing random, like, Lizzo songs. That's freaking awesome. Also, gonna get tired real soon. Yeah. Anyway. Heidi, what is your GitHub? I just want to post it here. Because you did send me the thing. Twitch says they don't know much about you, but you're great. But what about the Lighthouse score? Actually, I know you're like SpongeBob casing it, but what I haven't checked my Lighthouse score on prod in a little bit. It was a hundo for a while. Let's check. Where's Lighthouse? Let's do all the things except progressive web app. I don't know why that's on by default. No one needs to install joshuakgoldberg.com. Although that is kind of a nice feature that I'll do eventually. While this is running, I'm gonna 97 to do touch up make higher res images. Yeah, Dev Agarwal, who's by the way a great person to follow on the internets. Really interesting, nifty, smart person. Yeah, that's SpongeBob case. It's a whole thing. While that's all happening, oh shoot, didn't mean to close that. PR code is complete. Code complete. Just need to make higher res images. Also, gonna have to fix this 97 perf. That's not good. Although 100 accessibility to me is like, I would have been very embarrassed if I'd messed up my accessibility. I used to do that. a lot. All right, what am I doing wrong? Unused JavaScript. Oh, it's my axe extension. I hate this. Also, ooh, what is this padding difference? Why is... Oh, it's the scroll thing. Right, I did the fancy scroll. Okay, whatever, that's fine. All right, so if I disable my axe DevTools in incognito, okay, good. Then go to typescript-eslint.com, incognito, analyze page load. Come on. What was that flash of something? Okay. All right. Cool. Hundo. I love these little animations they give. Very cute. Very cute. Trust and safety. Yeah. Shout out to Astro, by the way. Really enjoyed using it. I also really disliked using it when I had to mind brain meld into new concepts, but that happens every time you onboard to a new framework. Now that I actually like emotionally understand Astro, I've been having a good time with it. All right, so that's happy. Phew. Cool. So that's good. I don't know. I was thinking I kind of want... Oh no, I have a build failure. Oh yeah, I got a whole bunch of crap to do on main. Check out main, get pulled, whatever. I was thinking I could like go through like use view transition APIs to touch things up or like add like fancy schmancy transitions between pages, but I don't really want to do that. So instead, I think I'm gonna context switch. What's Astro? Ooh yes, astro.build. What a great little shindig here. It's a I don't know if static site generator is the right word because it makes dynamic sites too, but it's a web framework in the same space as like Quick and Next.js and Remix. Its key features are around it makes really fast web pages, like no JavaScript by default. It allows you to embed any and all supported web frameworks, including Solid, Vue, Svelte, React. But it also has its own really nice lightweight component thing you can do, and it's really pleasant. Starlight. What's Starlight again? Is Astro Starlight a thing? I think I looked this up. What? Why does it? Oh, Starlight, the docs generator thing. Yeah. So React has Docusaurus. Next has, I forget what someone is calling their thing, and then Astro also has Starlight for like building docs websites. Cool. Nextra, thanks Dev. Nextra looks great. If this was available today, when I was building my last few sets of doc sites, I might use it. I mean, on typescript-eslint, it would be cool to use this, but also one of the maintainers is also like on the Docusaurus team or active with the project, or I forget what he's up to. So we probably would have used Docusaurus anyway, just for personal interest. But yeah, look at that performance. Everyone has their performance comparison, and everyone shows themselves as doing best. So I don't know what's going on there. Also, 98. What's going on? But yeah, this is great. Anyway, I'm probably gonna context switch now all the way over to typescript-eslint because I know that there have been some pull requests people have sent that I've just been procrastinating getting to because I haven't wanted to. I just really hate, I don't know, some things randomly. Like intellectually I know I should get to the queue, but sometimes I'm just I don't want it. Like it's stuff that I don't like working in, and it's never the pull request itself that's at fault. It's just that it's touching an area that I've been annoyed at previously. So let's switch over. I just dropped my mouse pad. By the way, I think my caffeine and meth just kicked in. Hashtag Concerto 18 milligram extended release. So I'm getting like all excited and hyper now. It's not good when they kick in at the same time. All right, so we have a lot of... I'm just going to put the link to the polls on typescript-eslint. We have a lot of X's on this page, which I don't like. The reason is we have an existing bug that we haven't had time to like deep dive into. Where is it? Yeah. Actually, it's not triage, it's needs investigation. Or investigation? Whatever. It's not triage. Repo maintenance. Auth tokens are a whole thing. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know how to fix this, but basically almost all of our PRs from community forks, including like this one from me, the build is failing because CI website tests. I feel like we should just disable this. We tried to disable it for forks. I don't remember what happened. Yeah. Anyway, I keep a PR review queue of things that I need to get to. I'm gonna remove minus label dependencies. I don't want to look at those. It's boring. All right. Here we go. Rubies on the Sky. This is a person who's I started to see them show up more and more in the repo. So I really appreciate you, Ruby, if you're here. You on the social? You're a Finnish person and you're very private. Classic. Open source. Okay. So I'm going to start with this. Post in the chat. Pin. Cool. Let's see. Context. Switching to TSE-eslint maintenance now. Going to try to get through the issue PR review queue first. Little website build fix from one who I've started to see more and more of. Yay! Boop. Sure. Website. Fix website builds. Repo. DocuSource builds are broken and main. I want to say we fixed this. Oh no, I have a PR to fix it. Great. So let's go to typescript-eslint, the repo, and see what happens. Clear the checkout main, get full upstream main. By the way, just to throw this out there while I'm running Yarn, we just released a V6, a new major version, and I'm very excited about it. Here we go. That little visual glitch there, I know we have a PR to fix. This padding's annoying me. Oh no, a failure. So shout out to us and all the people on here. I'm going to eventually ping people directly to thank them and offer them money who did a lot of work and who aren't maintainers. But yeah, new major version, gone over in that. I just got a thing on Twitch saying pre-roll ads are on, run an ad break to disable them. I don't know why it's telling me this now, but okay. Did I eat Frosted Flakes today? Am I forgetting an inside joke here? Did I say great like Tony the Tiger? Alright, what is happening? Please rerun the command which will restart the daemon. But why is it doing this? Okay. Okay, I did say Twitch. Or great like Tony. Well, I don't Twitch to try to make direct money. I'm not here for the ad revenue or subs revenue or whatever. Although, if people want to subscribe, that'd be nice. I won't complain. I'm here because I want to show open source. Like, I really dislike that I can't just turn that crap off. I kind of regret becoming whatever the term is for people who can make money on Twitch. Whatever. Alright, so anyway. Oh, thanks, Deb, for the subscription. I appreciate it. As I complain, oh, money. Alright, so let's try running Yarn again. See if that fixes the thing. So in typescript-eslint, we're on a workspace using Yarn Classic, and then it's on top of Lerna with NX. So on top of NX, I'm using Lerna. I mean, I'm not going to say no to cash, but like the amount of money I would make from Twitch, given that I'm not intentionally trying to like make this my primary thing or whatever, and yeah, as Dev says, it's very difficult to make money off Twitch. my goal here is to promote what I do, to show off open source, to talk with people, to get help from people who know things in the Twitch chat. My goal is not make money off this. That being said, I'll take whatever money I can get. Yay, it worked. All right, so yarn start. That's our website. Build, starting dev server. And docusaurus .config.js. This works. This works. So, Dev, I'm curious. Do you have any tips for me? I know you know much more than me about Twitch and streaming and all this stuff. This is funny. Chore, fix website build. Error. Website. Failed. There are two different things. All right, so I don't know, just in general, you seem like a knowledgeable person. I've enjoyed the times we chatted. Shout out React Miami. Give me life advice. Get some. Ah, no, I refuse. Great advice, great advice. But I as a occasional consumer of Twitch streams, I hate when I have to listen to their background music. For me, audio is actually really important. I get distracted very easily, insert mental health tirade, and I need to be able to listen to my music if someone else is streaming, regardless of what they're listening to. So unless I have missed that Twitch rolled out a feature for like separately streaming music that can be toggled, I refuse. But sorry, I'm sorry for taking your very good advice and just immediately pooping on it. It's good advice. You're right. I should, but I refuse. Sorry. What did I do? And so I previously tried to fix this by going to docusaurus.config.js, removing swc true, but I think I actually fixed this in the v6 branch. So if in my pull request, if I were to merge from main, I think Emma Dawson, welcome. Thanks for joining. How you doing? I did this in v6, which is now merged to main. So this PR is redundant. Ah! Vindication. Thanks. So I'm gonna... I fixed this issue can be closed. And alright to pull this out from under. Yeah, I do hate this. It happens once in a while. There's an issue, it gets fixed somewhere. Dev, I have always thought heavy metal was a completely appropriate and extremely accurate description of, or a vibe for what I am. I used to listen to a lot of Disturbed in high school. But the issue was fixed in v6, which is now merged into main. So I'll go ahead and close this PR. But I appreciate you looking into it and finding a fix. Seeing you. How do I say this without being creepy? I've seen you. I've seen that you're looking into more and more issues and PRs, which is awesome. Heart on fire. I've started to use this emoji more and more. Close with comment. Come on, get up there. We go. All right. Did I post this? Okay. Let's look at my queue now. Ooh. This is a juicy one. No floating promises. Finally should be transparent to unhandled promises. I think this is going to be a good last thing to do today. I went for like an extra 30 minutes last time, so I don't know if this will take me over, but this is going to be it. This might be a juicy enough one that it takes the rest of my time here. We'll see. Looks like I already fixed that on the main v6 branch, which was merged into main. Oh well. A juicier PR to look into now. Actually, let me just make sure I didn't already review this thing. Yep. Oh, sent June 8th. That's over a month ago. Now I feel bad. Oh, well. Around no floating promises. Which is, fun fact, my favorite lint rule. Sparkles. And Kirk Weiblinger, are they on anything? Nope. Juicy. Oh, I keep forgetting to add link cards. Really wish Blue Sky did that by default. All right. Any PR, first thing to do is to look into the backing issue. Let's look into this. 5692, bug, no floating promises, incorrect handling of finally calls. Let's open this in the... Oh my god, I keep almost destroying my mouse pad. All right. Open in the playground. Code. Loading. So we have a demo function. This is an unnecessary type def. It can be collapsed into this. All right. If input, we resolve. Otherwise, we reject. This is fine. In fact, for the sake of the repro, we can just like declare const, which is a TypeScript feature that lets you say this thing exists in the type system. I'm not going to show you its value, but I promise it's there. Don't worry about it, buddy. And just for my ease of reading, I'm going to reformat to my preferences. Aw, little Monaco syntax highlighter bug. How cute. That's finally shouldn't be blue. All right. No complaint. Expected result, there is no catch call, and the rule should report it. Actual result, nothing reported. We do enable no floating promises. Okay. So I realize, or I remember now, we had made this intentional that finally calls shouldn't be counted as a floating promise, because this is typically like the try catch finally equivalent. Like it's what people do to catch errors. But fun fact, lol, in promise code, dot finally could actually throw an error. So this is in fact a floating promise. Where, by the way, I should define floating promises. A promise is something that's created and not handled. For example, if there's no finally, you get this unhappy lint complaint saying, hey, you created a promise. If that promise rejects, for example, if it throws an error, throw a new error, oh no, because you didn't handle it, you didn't await it, dot catch, or dot then with a rejection handler, that rejection floats off into the distance. Your calling code doesn't know about it, which is not good. And that's what that lint rule, no floating promises, is meant to capture. I'm gonna just put that in the chat. Boop, 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 boop. Ooh, Nema. First of all, welcome. Thanks for chatting. How do you get started with open source? You find the code base overwhelming at first. Oh, love it. First, I got a few pieces of advice. Not all of them are applicable to everyone, but various assorted things. First thought, find a simpler code base. Again, this might not be applicable for you, but like a lot of people try to contribute to like React or TypeScript or whatnot at first. And those are big code bases. They have a lot of context, history, cool things they do. So I'd suggest finding smaller projects first. Second of all, practice your fundamentals. Like if you're finding reading code to be difficult and you're new to coding, which I'm not saying is you, just I know this is some people, then consider like really rehearsing code, getting into that more. That being said, diving into open source code bases is a great way to rehearse your fundamentals for code. So third suggestion of read deeply and don't be scared to run code without knowing what it does. Like debugging through stuff using a debugger is a great way to see what are all these variables doing. But yeah, definitely use something like goodfirstissue.dev to find issues tagged as good first issue. I'm sure people in the chat have other resources. Please do post them equivalent to this. I'm going to write a blog post eventually. But yeah, don't try to tackle like giant feature requests. try to do small things explicitly labeled by my maintainers. Oh yeah, +1 dev. Read the entire multi-page contributing guides and make sure you know every word in there. I want to show you all a fun little issue we did. I forget if we already merged the PR, but cookie M&M. Does anyone know? No, it's it's not. How do I say this? I think the second half of that, make sure you know every word. But yeah, you don't have to exhaustively know everything. But just like reading the contributing guide, the development guide, that's a good idea. And don't like skim over sections. Like actually read them. Where is this? Aha! Found it. Sometimes contributing guides will have Easter eggs, kind of like terms of service having Easter eggs, like cute little things to find. I shout out to Orta the Rocks. He put or showed me that in the Cocoa Pods contributing guide, if you made this all the way to the end, bravo to your reader, we love you. Include this emoji at the top of your ticket to signal to us that you did in fact read this file. Little rainbow. So I've been meaning actually to file an equivalent to this on typescript-eslint. So thanks for the reminder. Actually, I'm gonna do that now. This was on my to-do list. I don't know why it escaped or how, but I posted this on our internal Discord and got one positive response from another maintainer. Copying over from this. And no. And this was actually resolved. I added this in my template repo. Rainbow emoji. Shout out. By the way, what is everyone's favorite emoji? Mine is sparkling heart. But honestly, heart with fire is catching up pretty intensely. Yeah. So I said, include your favorite emoji. If you don't know, like, sparkling heart emoji is a good start if you're not sure which to use. Yeah. Awesome. All right. And let me just post that aside. Lol. Let's just leave it at that. Link card. Boop. This is how I work. Just random things. Sometimes what I meant to do, sometimes not. Anyway. Cool. Hope that answered your question. Let me know if not. Also, yeah, Type GTM. Yeah, in theory, I always stream multiple times a week. Tuesdays, 2:30 Eastern. Thursdays, 10:30 a.m. Eastern. In practice, not so much. But in theory, I'm trying to get better at it. And I've been traveling a lot less this month than the next, so a little easier to stream. All right, so yeah, to recap, no floating promises. Don't create a promise that isn't handled, because then if the thing rejects, who knows what happens. So dot finally, we added behavior that dot finally marks it as, okay, this is handled, but that's not correct, because the dot finally, the code might actually, which conferences? Sorry, one last little distraction piece. I've started putting my upcoming speaking gigs on. This isn't all of them. I need to add a couple. But also, I should probably put the date in here another time. Yay, I'm glad. So, yeah. Someone says they can't entirely be avoided. So finally, shouldn't end a chain, shouldn't start a new chain, it should just be skipped, and the rule should pretend like it wasn't there. Yeah, when an issue is old and another maintainer has already responded, I don't, I'm not going to either of those. Sad. But those, I've heard good things about both of those. Nicely done. So yeah, the first time I look at an issue when another maintainer is commenting, as Brad is now, I will just like make sure I agree with everything everyone's saying. Like if there's any input I think I should give, then I will. I remember doing this before, so I'm not going to like really exhaustively search through and do it again. So I'm just going to like skim and then see what my other maintainer, Brad, who knows more than me about a lot of things, has said. So Brad disagrees with them, blah, blah, blah. So the fix for this issue is to just ignore that finally as it doesn't handle errors and the developer isn't to handle errors. Cool. I remember at one point I thought more deeply and came to an agreement. So this is just shortcutting. So, influence change recommended. Yep, to make finally transparent to the rule and check whatever comes before it. So I'm going to finally get into the VS Code and yarn again. No floating promises, TS. Alright, so what's the change? Alright, not too much changed. A couple of files, they added tests. Okay, so what's actually changed? Sometimes when it's like kind of brain melty stuff like async await or promises code, I'll tend to look at the tests first just to understand what the actual changes are. So first up, I see that in the valid cases, now to recap, when you test an ESLint rule with a rule tester object, you provide an array of valid cases, code that the rule should not complain on first. So I see in these valid cases, they removed .finally because .finally is no longer considered valid, the rule shouldn't complain. So that's good, remove. And also just make sure on my end, no floating promises .finally, floating promises .test, finally. Okay, cool. So yeah, there's still a case, I just spit on my mic, sorry. There's still a case where .finally is in the valid code. Wait a second. But it's after a catch. Yep, so that's allowed. After a catch. Oop. Promised value .finally. What is promised value? That's, was it line 173? I'm not gonna be able to comment on this line. Whatever. Aside, the promise value .finally on line 173 can be removed. It unchanged by this PR. Oh yeah, non-actionable. Can be removed because that test case doesn't define a promise value. It's an existing typo. I'll move the emoji here. Just not requesting any action, just noting for reference. This is a good first issue. This is good first issue fodder. I always like looking at this stuff when I'm reviewing things, when I'm doing stuff in open source. Just what would be a good first issue for people? You always want a hefty amount of good first issues, at least a few on your code bases, to encourage people to get started contributing to you. Like, I could just like make my own PR to remove this. It's a one-line chain, but then I'm depriving newcomers the opportunity. Finally catch. Aha, and then we get to the end of it. Yep, catch with 3 finallys. Yeah, so the valid cases look good to me. Love this. Non-actionable, if you non-blocker, I'll say. Note that we're trying to move to discrete singular task cases. So there's an existing issue, let's see, that I filed, where notice how this test case has 3 promise dot whatever calls. So it's really testing 3 things, which means it's like 3 unit tests in one. I filed an issue somewhere, it's been a while now, saying like, hey, we should really, prefer small self-contained rule test cases. Discrete for small self-contained rule test cases. But if you have the time to switch this switch this one split this one up into 3. That'd be nice. But this file already has a... Actually, is that true? That this file has a whole bunch of them? Yeah. Yeah, look at that. Or it has a whole bunch of violations. And no worries if you just leave it. Another... You don't have to do this if you don't want to. Alright, so moving on. Boop, boop, boop. Looking at the invalids. They removed this case. Interestingly. So they're actually improving the test quality as long as they add the case back. But then they add... So they've added a bunch of code that like does this. So yeah, they're testing finally in isolation more on its own. Yeah, this is fine. Alright, async true finally. So yeah, dot finally should still give a complaint if there was no cache before it. Okay, so the test cases look good to me. I'll just note this is here and alright. So I'm happy with the test cases. Let's look at the code. So in the code, they're saying, previously we asked if the outer expression is a call, it must be either a .then or .catch that handles. Here we say basically the same thing. If the outer expression is a call, a .then or .catch handles the promise. Fine. Slightly reworded. And we no longer check for is promise finally called with handler. We've instead parse promise finally. So if it is a finally, what is X? What do you mean by X here? So if it is a finally, then we check if it's an unhandled promise. Checker promise finally the object. So I'm guessing this is like a recursive call or something. 213. Yes, so I can see from the top of VS Code that I'm in the is unhandled promise. So if it is unhandled, if there's a finally that we go back, we look at the .object, which is the previous thing in the chain. So just looking in the AST, if we look at the .finally, we see that this is a member expression where the object is this call here and the property is the .finally. So this is a member expression asking for a demo function blah 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 .finally and then calling the function given back by accessing .finally. Yay, ASTs, abstract syntax trees. And if what I just said made no sense to you, that's totally fine. We have a blog post explaining it. Yay! All right. So let's see here. We've changed is promise finally call with handler to parse promise finally call, where if it's a member expression and the name is finally, we return object expression, call it object. Why is this an object? Why not just do why not just return expression.callee.object? And just I'm 100%, 99.99% confident that this didn't break anything, but just to be safe, yarn just no floating promises -- watch just to rerun the rules unit tests in watch mode just to make sure I didn't break anything. Good. So this is like really a nitpick on my end. Why wrap the object in object expression in object literal? Why not just cool. Um, yeah, this PR looks good to me. Yay! I'm gonna. Oh no, this will have. This will have conflicts with another PR sent by. Is it sent by the same person? That's always funny when that happens. Yep. Go Kirk. Oh, April 10th. Oh, thank God we've commented since April 10th. Okay, if this has been setting for months and months, and I'd be, yeah, I'd be sad. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna. This looks great. Thanks a bunch. Sorry for taking so long to review. Sad. Disappointed. We've been caught up in V6 work for a while, and I'm only now getting back into the PR review queue. GitHub just came out with Merge Queue? I thought they had Merge Queue for a while. Oh, generally available. Yeah, I remember trying it in beta and disliking how it worked really well in the happy case. Look at these emojis. Good for you, Dustin Yin. But yeah, when things are flaky, it was really annoying to use. Fun fact, at Codecademy, approving now we'll look at the other PR too. Yeah, at Codecademy, we were in need of a merge queue before GitHub came out with a feature, so we just used some bot. I forget what it was. They like purchased it after I left. I think I forget. And then like of course 2 months later, GitHub comes out with the beta. Awesome. Cool. So I also noticed that they say it's been 3 months, which is the amount of time that the contributing guide suggests. Gently pinging. Now I feel bad. Yes. So sorry about the delay. You've done everything right. And are even being very kind about my blatantly ignoring you. Very sorry to do that. Now that we're done with V6, I'm going through the PRQ. But I shouldn't have let this go without at least an ACK. Sorry about that. Well, I'll try. I mean this, I'm not just saying it. Like, I'll try to make sure to not leave things open for this long again. Yeah, now I feel bad. But, you know what? Life goes on. Okay, so they noted that 7092 might want to wait for 6881. So now I'm going to move on to that. Related, another no floating promises PR by the same author. Which I awkwardly let sit for way too long. Boopity boop. Link card. Yay! Let's look at the issue. Oh, I remember this one. Fun. So, backing issue, and look at the PR. Look at that number. Pre-7000s. Cute. Alright, bug. False negative calling .then with second argument undefined. Let's look at the playground. So, if you call a promise with .then and then don't do anything, this is a floating promise, as I covered in the previous one for anyone who's joined since then. Creating a new promise without handling it appropriately is what we call a floating promise. It's a promise that's just floating off into the distance. If it rejects, then who knows, your code won't be able to handle that easily. You might have like a global promise rejection handler or something, but in that case, just disable the no floating promises rule. It's not for you. However, our rule is not smart enough to know that if you pass a value that might be undefined, like math.random greater than 0.5, or undefined. JavaScript just treats these the same, but our code's like, oh, you passed something as a rejection handler. Because fun fact, .then takes in two things. It takes in an onFulfilled, and it takes in an onRejected optionally. Haha. So that's great. My cat just rolled over. He's been sitting here the whole time. No cat tax feed, though. Haha. I'm running over time. I'm getting hungry. I'm going to try to blaze through this. Alright, so, yeah. Yep. Agreed. The .then second argument is potentially not undefined. We still want the rule to file a complaint. I like the idea of tailored error messages for specific situations so that people know why it's going on. Like, it could be... Jerry has been helping me with PRs. Yes, emotional support. It could be confusing to people if they have a... Let's go to the plane. If they have a value that's like my handler, like they don't realize could be undefined, and they're like... And if this were to start giving in complaints, they'd be like, what the hell? It is handled. I did. And to end it with a call to .then with injection handler. So, not great. Where's the issue? Here we go. So, rejection handler is potentially null undefined, is my proposal. Wait, is this a different account? Kirk has 2 GitHubs? Okay. Fun fact, though, you can pass something that is not a function, and JavaScript will just pretend you didn't. So that's nice. We named him Jerry after the characters in Parks and Rec and Rick and Morty because he's a buffoon. So yeah, TypeScript will let you know, you silly goose, you passed a string. But JavaScript's just like, oh, I'll ignore that. Classic JavaScript. We generally don't handle cases that TypeScript already catches for us. Like you pass a string, TypeScript will yell at you. But Josh Cena, another maintainer here, the person who's like really active with Docusaurus, made a really good point of we could get an error message that handles that case anyway. If the rejection handler is not a function, it will be ignored. So I really like this. And that's the end of the discussion. If the rejection handler is not a function, it will be ignored. Whoop. Alright, so fix ESLint plugin. Previously was valid, still is invalid for the .then with no second. Passing undefined. Previously was valid, now is invalid. Same with .catch. Huh. Can you do .catch with Is this a TypeScript link? Complaints? Where's the playground link? I thought these it collapses in mobile? That's silly. Excuse me. Whew. Night. Ha! Catch doesn't need to... JavaScript promise catch no arguments? What happens if you do that? What happens if you catch without anything? Console. Ooh, let's move you to the bottom. Oh, sweet Jesus. What happened there? Ah. Huh. That's so funny. It's so funny to me that TypeScript marks the catch argument as optional. But is the same for .then? Is then's argument or parameter or whatever optional? Huh. That's cool. All right. Good to know. That's valid. Good for you. Love this. Oh boy. I do love an informative PR body. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I have to read this, but it's almost always worth it. Alright. I notice that this rule considers any promise like venables, not just ECMAScript. Yeah. They claim that all rejection handlers in order they're not callable is explicitly based on ECMAScript promises and may not be true for other promise implementations. Because yes, fun fact. Promise is an explicit class that exists globally in JavaScript. Also, they're like a bunch of older polyfills from back before it was always available. Venable is the term for the concept of something in JavaScript that has a .then. Why would I want any of these things before promise? Oh, wait. Does Mozilla not have a Venable? Aha! There we go. Boop. So you can make your own Venable. A Venable just is something with a .then. Good for you. Yeah, so we've had this annoying naming discussion issue thing for a while where, like, technically our rules refer to Venables, but, like, we call them promises. But then we're not even consistent with it. We have no floating promises, the rule, and then we also have typescript-eslint rules await Venable. Yeah. Whatever. It's a whole other discussion. Our conclusion so far has been just keep it as it is, whatever. But if someone has ideas, let me know on the issue. All right. The rule at present never flies never finally. That's the thing we just covered in the other issue. Not totally happy with passing the result object. Okay, so I remember reviewing some of this stuff. No major reminder for Pa. I appreciate you asking clarification. Oh, I really feel bad that their first PR in open source I've just let sit for months and months. That's not a good first PR experience. My bad. So let's see here. Oh yeah, so they had like a bunch of copy pasta code, so I suggested making a message base, which I think they did. Ooh, let me PR check out 6881. Set hard head. Boop. Message base. Yep, they did. Resolved. So they had a to-do on line 230. They no longer have a to-do. Great, resolved. Nitpick. Oh yeah. Casing. Superseded by renaming. Alright, so they renamed the thing. Resolved. And they renamed. Yep. Alright, that's a really good point. We've had discussions about this before. That the vast majority only use Venables promises. For now, this is fine. Eventually, we will take action. Yeah. Here's that issue. Await Venable. Should we call it await promises? Only await promises? I can't make a decision. None of the other maintainers have a strong feeling on it. Fax hacks. What is open source? What a great question. I sometimes feel like Alien from the Astro side, who just asks, what is Astro? Sometimes to see what happens. I guess I'm on the opposite of that. I'm answering this for fun. Open source is software that can be freely viewed and oftentimes used without restriction. There's nuance there, but generally it's the idea that it's shared software. It's not like Wikipedia where anyone can propose edits. Or anyone can make edits. It's like a locked Wikipedia page where anyone can propose edits and then the explicit maintainers of it can choose to accept those edits. It's great because it means that things can be standardized. Companies don't have to constantly reinvent the wheel, make their own operating system, their own languages, and so on. So like I'm working on typescript-eslint, which is open source tooling that combines a few tools. Like it lets you use the standard open source linter for JavaScript, eslint, on the really popular language TypeScript. I'm working on a Git repo that's public, but I don't own. Amusingly, GitHub itself is not open source. But yeah, the repo is hosted on GitHub. I'm one of the maintainers, so in a sense, I co-own this. And yeah, this person, Kirk Weiblinger, has created a PR, pull request, saying, I'd like to propose these changes to your project. Could you please pull them in? I previously reviewed the changes, asked for changes to the changes, and now I'm re-reviewing since they applied their suggestions. Yay. Welcome to Open Source and Twitch. Thanks for joining. Resolved. Alright, filed and issued. Boop. Yep, resolved. They said they're not totally happy. Passing up an object. I was happy with it. Resolved. Re-reviewing. Yes, indeed. Alright, so I mentioned that something wasn't handled by tests. So one of the tools Yeah, exactly. I'm one of the maintainers of typescript-eslint. I do bug fixes, add stuff. I review other people's bug fixes and adding. Same with documentation. So, awesome. Look at this. Increased coverage by 0.02%. We're almost at 98, which is a multiple of 7. Hooray! Why is it saying minus 0.87% here and plus there? All right, just looking. Oh. Unhandled line. Yellow. Line 137. So there's exactly one line is not covered. Where is it? 137. Did they change that line? Special reason. That's when someone says working in open source, do they mean that they are working on a repo / maintaining it? They might. Some people, like when I say I'm working in open source, I mean either that I'm like the maintainer, or that I'm a contributor, that I'm the person sending the issues or the pull requests. Or sometimes it's just that I'm reviewing, like using a tool and seeing how I like it. But yeah, here I'm a maintainer. And that line that is complained on by CodeCov, ooh, it is here. So let's see. So when CodeCov says that something, does anyone know why I like multiples of 7, by the way? Any aficionados of a particular video game thing? No, floating promises. When CodeCov reports that our tooling has said that something is unhandled, because CodeCov isn't computing the coverage, it's reporting it back. We use Jest's built-in code coverage calculations. What I do is I start the test locally and see, can I just remove the condition? I broke the syntax. Oops. Wow, I really broke that. I need to go get lunch. See what happens if I just change it. Yep. So, what is this? Bug, unused code. CodeCov is reporting that Jest's coverage calculations showed this line to only be partially covered. When I remove the this thing case locally, all tests pass. I love this little suggestion feature in GitHub. Love it. All right. So I'm not sure yet what to do here. I haven't reviewed the tests yet. I'm just going over old comments. So depending on the test, this might be something that's showing up. Oh, they don't handle a case. Same with implementation. They might not be handling a real case. Or maybe it's just this is dead code that doesn't need to be there. That's still in existence. All right. So floating useless rejection handler is defined in. Okay, so message base, rejection handler is not a function, will be ignored, plus this. So interesting. Yeah, who knows? TBD whether this is a blocker for logic or just some unused code. All right, so what do they actually do here? Function is unhandled promise. They switched this from returning a Boolean to returning an object. I'm like recapping in my mind. I remember now previously reviewing this pull request. And where was I? For this one, I'm going to mix up my strategy and review code changes first and then the tests. So here, previously, if it's a sequence expression, which by the way is one of my least favorite language features, A, B, C. Fun fact, this is totally valid stuff. It's an unused expression. It's unused code, but you can do this. A, B, comma C, which is equivalent to A parentheses, B parentheses, C parentheses. This is what's called a sequence expression. Why is my ES tree not pointing at it? There we go. Sequence. Where is it? Sequence. Sequence. Because it, fun fact, nested. because this is one expression statement, so it's got the line of code, where the expression is a sequence, which is a sequence of three things. The expressions are call expression, identifier. Wait, is this an infinite loop in our viewer? Parent, expression, parent. Funny. Okay. Anyway, this is fine. Back to the actual code I care about right now. So, if it's a sequence, any child in the common expression could potentially return an unhandled promise, so we check them all regardless of the final thing. So yeah, for each of the expressions, we map to is unhandled promise, and then check previously and return Boolean, so we just return that. But now we find the first one that is unhandled, and if there wasn't one, then we say is unhandled false. Okay, that's a reasonable change to support that this now recursively passes up a special reason, which is just I see why they made a type for this to be future-proof, but I feel like we could just switch this to a Boolean. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm just nitpicking. I don't think... I see why you made this special reasons type for... I think I see why. Leaving the code open to more reasons in the future. But for now, it's not really necessary to. We can always expand to more cases later. But in the meantime, it's extra cognitive complexity for a feature we aren't 100% likely to need. I'd prefer just having the simplest. I prefer having the simplest possible. Having a simpler type if possible. Yeah, phrasing. It's unhandled Boolean. What was the special reason? What do they use it? Non-function handler. Question mark. Boolean. Yeah. Alright. Cool. So, alright. If it's a call expression, that's where the real juice of the logic comes in. So previously, we just did if it's not a promise catch, if it's not a promise then, if it's not a promise finally, which was modified in the other PR, hence the notes of merge complex. If it's a catch call, oh my god, we have to do the same logic in both of these. Parse catch call with handler. Oh, Jerry's coming out, which means I can show you him without moving the webcam. Here we go. Nah. Did you hear him? He meowed. Alright, this is fine. So, parse catch call with handler, yep. Now instead of returning Boolean, it returns an object that has the unrejected or undefined, which I think similar to the previous PR I could suggest be simplified. So I'm just going to copy a link to that here. Oh, Jerry is not pleased with the situation. He wants either more attention or to be free. Okay. Be free! Ugh, now that he's in my nose. Hit pick. Similar to this, you can simplify this type. Ooh, and let's add a suggestion. Oh my god. Ugh. Sometimes I have to just like rip the cat out of my face. The cat here. Where's the suggestion box? What? Why is there no suggestion? call expression argument or undefined. Parse then call with handlers, which this one legitimately does need to be something more complex than just one thing. So either a tuple or an object literal. This is fine. Okay. Ugh. Oh my god, this guy. Ugh. I have yet to develop a cat allergy. Fingers crossed, knock on wood. It's just the physical existence of this cat hair on my face. Alright. Yeah, this is another one. Wait. There's no valid tests. Do we already have tests for .then with an existing, like a not undefined? Yep, we already test the case of then with a defined second argument. That's good. All right. So this is fine. So we have test cases for undefined, null, 3, maybe callable, definitely callable. These are actually typo. Fun fact, these are actually syntax errors. I guess does this work in the playground? Oop. Maybe callable. Yeah. Huh. So it does. TypeScript is being kind and I don't know, still treating them as variables of the declared type, but it would be more safe to use declare. Boop. All right, yep. So yeah, this really should be split up into multiple cases, but this is like a file that already does a lot of badness there, so I'm not gonna block because the PR is pretty good otherwise. I was always checked or 3. Great. Trying to think. Interesting. So the change that I'd made regarding the test coverage shenanigan was that floating is always the message ID. But what? But here it says message ID is floating useless rejection handler. Ah. So floating useless rejection handler void is in a different place with this special reason. Wait a second. So floating useless I'm getting confused now. Floating useless rejection handler void is the case when message base void or be explicitly marked as ignored with the void operator. Whereas message base no void, just message base, doesn't mention the void operator because we have an option to allow you to add void, which is, by the way, one of my least favorite, one of my most irritating small things. I wrote the original no floating promises implementation, and it because I missed it. Like I did a goof. Oh my god, fucking Jerry. Ugh. I need like a personal face vacuum for this cat hair. Where's the option? If you put void in front of something in JavaScript, it ignores the return or that value, turns it into undefined. So, fun fact, void space 0 is what a lot of minifiers put for undefined because it's the same as undefined but like 1 or 2 characters less. And I missed this in the original implementation, so people started putting void in front of promises because as a bug, the original no floating promises did not flag this. And then when I started noticing this and filed a bug, the response was, no, this is good, we want this. I hate it, but the community spoke. So now, instead of telling people to use ESLint ignore, like every other rule, we put void in front of things. And there is an argument to be made that floating promises are much more nuanced than most other rule complaints. But so anyway, yeah, so this just is not testing the case of void. So this is fixed, but where's my... Looking at the... This is the only place where is used, I think. So which exposes a gap in test coverage. There are no tests for void, promises, ignore. For what is it? What is ignore void? Added tests with ignore void true. And just to confirm this statement before I publish my review, if I add a new test, excuse me, I'm burping. If we add a new test case just for the first failure, line 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and add options. Where's ignore void? Here we go. So this passes for now, then add options, ignore void, true, and then switch the message ID to just floating or something. Is it floating? Yeah, just floating instead of floating useless rejection handler. We get a complaint. There we go. Great. So see other tests with it does exist in other tests. All right, so yeah, I'm satisfied. I have a few nitpicks for touching stuff up. This code, it is not upsetting, like to me that it's basically copy pasted twice, but like 3 is oftentimes a rule of thumb for let's extract and stuff. I don't see a much better reason or much better way to fix this. So, his valid rejection handler is used in both. Maybe we could refactor so that it takes in the ES node instead of the TS node. Where is it? Oh, interesting. Oh, so we could refactor this. We could have this taken the node TSES tree.node. Let's see here. Yeah, so just to recap from the AST blog post, we deal with two ASTs, the TypeScript and the ESLint one. And we have to map from the ES1 to the TS1 when we want to use TypeScript APIs. What are you complaining about? Node. What are you complaining about? Oh, parser services. Is it services? Where do we... What type is this? Parser services. Yay. And parser services dot program get type checker dot get type allocation. Oy vey. One change we made in V6 that would make this easier to work with is we added a shortcut for this. Type equals parser services dot get type at location, blah, blah, blah. So once this branch is merged from main, has main merged into it, that'll be quicker code. But because this is only called in 2 places, I can deduplicate some stuff. So parser services, look at that, deduplicated. Unprojected. Then call results is only used once, so we can just simplify this to be inline. Look at that. That's nice. I like this. Yeah, in theory they could deduplicate a bit further, but this is fine. So I'll just put a nitpicking here. Nitpick. If you wanted to, you could drive the code up just a bit by moving the parser services ts tree node to ts node map lookup into is valid rejection handler. I'd suggest, oh yeah, one more thing is we can move this function inside the rules create. Where is it? What? Here we go. So it doesn't actually need to receive parser services. Yeah. Here we go. That's kind of nice. So, yeah. Moving the is valid rejection handler. I just realized I haven't checked my calendar. Okay, good. I know. So moving is reject the is valid rejection handler function into the create method, so it doesn't need to take in a checker or services. Oh, look at this. You can one-line this baby. Woo! Type trigger, I can type a location. Look at that. Oh. Once this branch has main merged into it, we can even use parser services. It can be used, say, dot get type checker or dot get type at location as a shortcut. And that was mentioned in our blog about developer facing changes, type checker API wrapper APIs. Yep. Services dot get type at location. Beautiful. Awesome. All right. Okay. Again, so very sorry about taking so many months to get to this, and on your first PR even. When I write a nitpick, do I leave it just as a comment or do you expect the person to adjust their code? Great question. I generally do not block PRs on nitpicks. If it's important enough to block the PR, it's not a nitpick. What I'll do is, great timing, I'll say the only blocking comment or comment is adding test cases. Adding a test case for the void, for the ignore void option, to make sure that error ID logic is tested. Everything else is if there are a lot of nitpicks, like if the code is really like this is going to be a problem for future maintenance, then I'll maybe block on it. But I don't think this PR has enough nitpicks to justify that. Everything else is nitpicking and non-blocking. Because if you don't have time to address the changes, no worries if you ignore the comments. Let me just make sure actually. Pending. Unused code. That's the blocker. Nitpick or nitpicking. Once, eventually I'll write a Chrome extension that forces me to write these prefixes and standardize them. All right. Yep. So everything else is nitpicking and unblocked. Okay, yeah. Typo, nitpicks, whatever. No worries. I'll set a reminder for myself to tackle them on Sunday or Monday morning before our next scheduled release. Thanks again. Really great set of PRs here. Request changes. Okay. Yeah, so my theory is I want to empower people to contribute. I don't want to put annoying blockers in their way, like nitpicks. That being said, I do have to look after the quality of the code base. And I don't want to deprive people of the option to gain experience, gain lines of code change, gain, you know, the joy of approaching, tackling issues also. I'm trying to get better at GIFs. This is almost not too weird to post. Chrissy, if you're still here, I hope this amuses you. Tony the Tiger saying great. So yeah, I'll give people the option to do things in a way that doesn't, you know, push back important timelines, such as getting these fixes in prod too much. And I'll also offer to do it for them if they don't have the time, because I recognize people's time is very variable. Mine is very variable, and maybe they don't have time anymore, especially if it's been way too many months. Like, blaming myself on the way too many months. So, yeah, cool. Anyway, this has been a fun stream, but I think I'm good to go. Any other questions or things people wanted to talk about? Or folks I should raid before we head out? Let me know. Thank you. Yeah, I'm pleased with this strategy. I like strategies that compromise and work well for multiple competing interests. Life is nuanced. Thank you, TypeScript Tea Time. Always appreciate you joining on. Also, do I have notifications? Oh boy. Ooh, what's this? So fix website build. Yeah, the tsconfig doesn't matter until we enable SWC. Eventually DocuSource will just support TypeScript DocuSource config, so we don't have to use TS node and stuff. All right, bug value, ignore the value. All right, shorthand, should not have additional properties 40 minutes ago. Ignore value shorthand. So someone posted an issue where ignored his config thing is invalid. Huh. I wonder if we could file an issue on ESLint to add did you mean suggestions to these. Yeah. Cool. Well, in that case, let's see who else is streaming right now. Oh, two great options. Thax and Jason, both great streamers. Jason has fewer people, so we're gonna go with Jason. Ooh, quick! Big fan of this this exploration space. So this was an absolute pleasure. Thank you again, everyone, for joining on. Again, lastly, I'm Josh Goldberg, full-time independent open source maintainer. I work on, among other things, typescript-eslint, the tooling that lets you run ESLint and prettier on your TypeScript code. So, hope to see y'all again, and I'll upload this to YouTube soon. Bye! And